He played. He's been a part of an NBA front office. Clark, he came from Iowa State, where he honed his coaching skills and was highly respected.
Yeah, very much respected, particularly as an offensive coach. And we know the Bulls are pretty solid defensively, and he'll be looking to ramp up that offensive approach for that team, and I think he will.
Man, they are doing some damage from deep.
Which is the main reason, partner, they're sitting on this big lead. Awesome shooting so far.
And again, Memphis no good.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Here's Q, and again it's the Bulls from deep.
Wow, what a special performance this guy's putting on from long range.
Well, that has been his shot today. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
And as we conclude the first quarter, a one-sided game so far. It's the Bulls. And Pau Gasol, after some great years and some difficult years, talks about now his newfound excitement playing with the Chicago Bulls.
I mean, I think it's been noticeable.
I think you'd have to say that Gasol's decision to go to Chicago, Clark was great. He clearly... thought it's hard to imagine him having made a better pick.
You know, I agree. Not only is he happy, but so are his teammates. Ask Rose and Noah and Butler. Those guys love playing with him, and you can see how the change of scenery rejuvenated the big Spaniard, too.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start this second quarter. And, guys, we've seen a confident-looking Bulls team out there.
Boy, have they come out strong. Just some tremendous offense.
Guys fully in control and stroking it well.
On the floor to begin things for Memphis here in the second quarter. Handoff is the 4 with Gasol in the middle. Conley out there with Carter. And it's Stevenson in at the 3.
And, you know, guys, Taj Gibson now has 6 full seasons in the NBA. Already 30 years old. Seems like just yesterday he was being drafted.
Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. Q. It's rebounded by Memphis. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
And there's the 3-second violation.
You can't afford to be playing that loose right now.
Definitely not. I mean, things have to be tight. You want to be playing smart, high-level basketball. You don't want to be brain fading right now.
Catching up on the changes for Memphis. Wright comes in for Marc Gasol. And it's Farmar in for Mike Conley. Now a timeout called by Memphis. You look at Q, he's been playing really well.
He's dialed in from long range. They got to stay in his hip pocket and deny him the catch.
And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. Randolph a screen. Farmar kicks to Carter. In the corner, Randolph with it. Back to Carter. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Can they get it? The shot, no good. Some solid defense from Butler. Fires the 3. That's good. And now that's 35 points for Q.
These defenders are putting up very little resistance to the three-point shot.
And it's killing them. 4 of the last 5 makes coming from long range.
Wright sets a screen. Passes it to Randolph. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
That's his first personal.
Zach Randolph getting up there in his mid-30s, but his game has never been based on explosiveness. So it's all about strength, skill, and craft when you talk about Zebo, and he's aging gracefully.
And Randolph Clark can struggle in matchups against quicker power forwards or those spread fours.
Yeah, but even though he struggles on the perimeter against those guys, he punishes them when he gets them inside in his operating area at the offensive end. Most big men have a hard time dealing with him in the paint.
Very good point.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
Yeah, Greg, you know, they're having free reign from beyond the arc. The defense is just not there.
Farmar kicks to Stevenson. Fires the three. Kept alive. Vince Carter on the wing. That's good, and it's Stevenson with the assist. Carter's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three. This one for three. Another three for Chicago.
They're going back to the three-point shot over and over and over.
And they may have found the Achilles heel of this defense. That was their 9th straight point from beyond the arc.
It's Vince Carter on the wing. Outside for Randolph. No luck. And the Bulls going the other way now.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall.
Now Farmar. Picked by Randolph. The shot by Carter. Nobody around. Carter can't get that one to fall. Here's Q. Another three for Chicago.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out. Out of the way.
Clark, looking around the league, there's no team that teams want to play less than the Memphis Grizzlies. They just wear you down.
Well, they play a physical brand of basketball. They play hard. Everybody's on the same page. And even if you beat the Grizzlies, they take a lot out of you in terms of how they try to wear you down.
The Bulls have gone 8 of 9 in the second quarter. Very nearly perfect from the field.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Some changes for Memphis. Matt Barnes is checked in for Randolph. And it's Adams in for Lance Stevenson. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. And for those younger folks who might not be familiar, go online and look at some old clips of Vince Carter. In his prime, Clark, one of the great dunkers the league has ever seen.
And for my money, the greatest game dunk in pro basketball history belongs to him. With Team USA back in 2000, jumped over a 7-2 center and punched it on him. Hard to top that.
Marc Gasol is checked in for Memphis. Conley now comes in for Jordan Farmar. Carter hits them both.
And you think back to Vince Carter starting his career with the Raptors, an 8-time All-Star, 2-time All-NBA selection, and he really introduced Canada to the NBA game. And he has just been in a flow offensively. Terrific game. He has been the X factor.
And here's Conley outside. And that one's good. Conley's got 7 points.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
And for Vince Carter, a superstar in his prime when he was with the Raptors, and his departure left some bad feelings there, no doubt. But, you know, you think back to last season, though, in Toronto, they played a video tribute which brought Vince to tears. I mean, that was nice to see the reconciliation.
Adams' shot is off.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Well, Pow, tell us.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, 2 quarters down, 2 to go. Welcome back. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith as we start breaking it down for you. Chicago was looking great right away. They showed tremendous effort and drove the action early, starting off with a 9-2 run. Good work for them all around as they controlled the tempo, leading by 14 at the end of 1. Then in quarter number 2, it was all hands on deck, and what a show it was. Quality execution, good efficiency, some tremendous defensive play helped them take a decisive advantage, and they're running away with this one. And Kenny, what did you think about what you saw from Chicago?
The thing I've noticed more than anything is how well they spread the floor at the offensive end. Their spacing has been fantastic, and the end result has been a lot of good looks from three-point land. And now they've established themselves from long range, and the defense has to adapt. They're in really solid position right now.
Shaq, your take on Memphis.
Their field goal percentage reminds me of Kenny's breath. Brutal. Not reading the defense, not getting enough quality looks.
That wraps it up for halftime as the game is just about to get going again.
And we welcome you back. Glad to have you with us as more basketball is on the way. During the break, the players getting refueled with Gatorade. They're looking amped up and ready to get going once again. What can you say? Q, an impressive effort here today.
And the thing I noticed most in that first half was his offense. He was not wasteful with his opportunities and also did a great job of converting with the chances he had.
I agree with you, Greg. Judicious shot selection. All of his looks were good looks.
Gibson is the 4 with Gasol at the 5. Butler and McDermott filling out the perimeter. And it's Q in at the point guard. And that's the group for Fred Hoiberg as we begin the second half. There's the pass to Randolph. The rebound by Gibson. Gibson's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
Here's Q, and again it's the Bulls from deep.
You know, Dave Yeager, the coach for the Grizzlies, has really become a big-name coach quite quickly. You know, he's worked his way up the Memphis coaching ladder and has had a ton of success early on in his career.
Barnes kicks to Gasol. To the middle. That's tipped. They retain possession. But he stays with it. Conley, good, and the assist goes to Gasol. And it's 9 points for Mike Conley. For Chicago, they've gone 3 of 3 from the field since halftime. Here's Q, and the Bulls, another 3.
Out of their last 5 makes, how about all 5 from long range?
Well, the defense just hasn't pressed up to deny any of those looks, guys. I mean, they're hanging back and getting picked apart.
That's good. The Bulls have gone 4 for 4 from the field since the halftime break. Terrific start to the third quarter. And out of bounds as the Grizzlies gain possession.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
Some changes for Memphis. Wright comes in for Marc Gasol. And it's Hairston in for Matt Barnes. And for Memphis, they're shooting about 35% from the floor. Not much falling for them. Pass to Hairston. Lets it go from the wing. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
Great job of utilizing that screen and finding space to knock down the jumper. Good basketball.
Q passes to Gibson. Here's Q, and again it's the Bulls from deep.
He's doing it all for them right now on the offensive side. No matter what the defense has done, they haven't been able to find an answer to stop him, and he's had an answer for every defense he's seen.
Kicked by Randolph. And it's Conley penetrating. And Wright gets it to go on the assist by Conley. Conley's got his 5th assist in this one. For Chicago, they've gotten every shot that dropped since halftime. They're 5 for 5 from the floor. Moment here now for an injury report.
Gentlemen, the head athletic trainer for Memphis provided some information for us. Unfortunately, guys, he said it doesn't look good.
Doris, thanks for the update, guys. It doesn't sound good.
No, if that report is accurate, he's going to be spending a lot of time in rehab and on the sidelines.
And in the training room, guys. I mean, that is not going to be an easy injury to bounce back from.
So many people overlooked Pau Gasol prior to last season, seemed to think that Clarkey was past his prime.
Well, he was a starter in the All-Star game and a huge reason the Bulls played as well as they did. It was a big season for him. A lot of GMs shaking their head for not going harder after.
It's tipped and stolen by Wright. Butler against Hairston. There's the dish to Wright. To the inside. Randolph can't hit.
You know, and with Pau Gasol, it was weird to think that the Lakers were just so ready to let him go and move on. Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Now here's Conley. Tight defense on him. Randolph a screen. Shot off the screen. Gasol with the rebound. Gasol's got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
And with the skill set that Powell has and the year he had, there's no telling how long he can play at a high level. Again, one of those guys that never been reliant on the athletic ability to have an impact.
And it's Conley penetrating. Wright dishes to Hairston. And the foul called on Pau Gasol. That's his first foul.
Yeah, clearly he hadn't established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
Lance Stephenson's checked in for the Grizzlies. Conley's shot is off.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
Wright sets a screen. Here's Stevenson. Rebounded by McDermott. And it's the Bulls with the ball. Shoots the 3, and he gets the bucket.
And chalk up a few more points for him there. This has been a one-sided game in just about every area.
Absolutely. I echo that sentiment. Their offense, their defense, I mean, it's all been terrific.
The Grizzlies have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one.
Shooting for Chicago, Michael Conley, taking 2 shots.
The first one falls. The Grizzlies making a switch here. And so he makes both from the line. 9 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Here's Q. Another 3 for Chicago.
And they clearly are just destroying this group right now from the three-point line.
Yeah, and the defense knows it. I mean, they are fully stretched out trying to stop the three-point shot and still haven't been able to do it.
Welcome back as we get ready to start the 4th quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. Here's Stevenson. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this 4th quarter. Taking a look at the Grizzlies. Marc Gasol is out there with Green. Then it's Lance Stevenson. Then there's Farmar. And it's Adams in at the 2. Bulls made the postseason for the 10th time in their last 11 seasons. Last year, they have become a fixture, Greg, in the playoffs in the East.
And how about last season, Kevin, had that interdivision matchup in their first round against the up-and-coming Bucks. Some hiccups for them in that series, but they were able to prevail.
Hairston, he's checked in for Lance Stevenson. Got that one up quick.
They're getting a bunch of their points outside of the paint. 3 of their last 5 buckets are from three-point range.
The defense is just not closing out quick enough.
Rejected by Gasol. And they get it. Back. And that one's good. So it's Chicago now. Q passes to McDermott. The 3. And again, it's the Bulls from deep. And a moment here to take a look at some of the hustle stats for Chicago.
You know, block shots, guys, a clear indicator on the stat sheet of their excellent defense. I mean, leaving them no room to get off any shots.
Yeah, but they've also done a great job of playing in space, getting out in transition every opportunity.
Here's Q. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. Q's got 8 points here in this quarter.
And just a little bit ragged defensively there, Clark.
Farmar kicks to Hairston. At the elbow, Green releases from 15. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron.
Assisted, P.J. Hairston.
For Chicago, they've gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the 4th quarter. They came out of the break on a roll, and he gets it to go.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
Farmar dishes to Hairston. Adams outside. Lock at 6. Good-looking screen by Gasol. Fires from the wing. Adams' shot is off.
I love the anticipation defensively there to get into the perfect spot.
Good.
And what's gotten into him today? This is getting ridiculous.
Here's Farmar. Adams in the corner. Hits the three-point bomb.
As long as they keep spraying them from deep, we're going to have ourselves one exciting finish.
Yeah, it took them a while, but now they're starting to get into a flow from outside. And boy, is that timely.
Now Farmar. There's the pick. Good-looking screen by Gasol. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
Yeah, you've got to make sure your feet are set when you set those screens, or they're going to call that on you.
Well, I thought maybe he was set. I know that's a difficult call to make, but I think they might have missed that one.
The Grizzlies making a switch here. Anderson's checked in.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
And those triples, they sure do add up quickly, don't they? I mean, they've got to make some kind of adjustment here.
Green against Gibson. Here's the three. Chicago grabs the miss. Gibson's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Q. It's hauled in by Adams. Memphis has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Green against Gibson. Green, the pass to Hairston. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Gasol's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. So he gets the whistle, contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Talk about being on his game. Look at the numbers for Q. He's unleashed a barrage of three-pointers on him.
And Clark, you can tell they're good right now when the ball leaves his hand. He has racked up a ton of points.
Well, I tell you, the Grizzlies guys were really dominant in the first half of the season last year, but after the All-Star break, barely played above 500.
Takes the 3, and yes, sir, that one drops.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Bulls.
You're right, Steve. It was a standout performance across the board. They were just, at times, it seemed toying with it.
Yeah, like watching a cat play with a mouse, Kevin, quite honestly. They were able to do more or less, whatever they wanted to do.
And what a huge standout performance it was for Q. Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
And Memphis would end up going 16-13 over the back half of last season. Down the stretch, they would only go 5 up and 5 down in their final 10.
Yeah, and Kevin, all those games so important as they jockeyed for position in the West. It was so fluid and volatile down the stretch. They could have been anywhere from a 2nd seed to a 6th on any given day, and they just happened to slump at the wrong time. Didn't take their time in wrapping this game up. They came out with a sense of urgency.
Nice ending spurt to polish it off. Once they had them on the ropes, they started throwing haymakers at them.
The whole knockout blow. They clearly look like a different team now. Suddenly, they've got some energy out on the floor.
Yeah, but it's come a little too late to have a real impact on the game, though. We call this box score window dressing. All it's going to do is make the numbers look a little better than it was.
Gets the bucket.
Well, they're going to walk out of here with a win and send this crowd home happy.
Yeah, you know, it was a real solid performance for them in a lot of areas. I mean, they should be proud of their work tonight.
And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. They poured it on tonight, Clark. A dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
I don't think they have anything but positives to take away from this win. Offensively, defensively, every aspect of the game, it all went right for them.
And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Pal, this win was punctuated by some quality defensive plays.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Thanks, Kevin, and let's take a look now as we give the nod to our Jordan Player of the Game. An absolutely astounding and historic night for him here in this game. He was simply unstoppable in what can only be described as a masterful performance. Let's go to Kenny. What'd you think about his performance?
Ernie, that is the definition of domination. He took them to school tonight in every possible way. I know there's 10 players on the court, but I only noticed one.
I don't know if there's a fan base that loves their star more than this crowd. Wow. I'm getting jealous, and he feeds off that support. Once they got behind him, he became unstoppable, man.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.